Today we are gonna be unboxing two great Casio watches. One of the Casio Vintage collection, one that I have never seen before, it's a first on the channel, and one from the Edifice line, one that came out just last year, that is rather popular and that made quite a splash, so I wanted really to have it on the channel to review it. We will unbox these today, and you will let me know if you want me to review these watches independently. So we are going to start by the Casio Vintage, the smaller of the two. So let's go. We're going to put the Edifice aside for now. Let's go with the Vintage, which comes in the classic, kind of, I wouldn't say cheap looking, but classic, let's say, Casio Vintage box. And it is wrapped in plastic. As you can see, it is the beautiful Casio A700. And the reference for this one is the A700WE with the black dial. But let's get all of these wrapping out of the way. I'm gonna try and size it. I'm already fearing what that will do, because those sizings are pretty hard to make. But we're gonna try and do that, and I'll get back to you right away. Alright, I have sized it, and I was wrong about something. It is not one of those bracelets where you have to take off those awful road links. The bracelet is still fold over and quite bad quality and quite thin, but that's quite okay because of the price of the watch. But you have this kind of sliding secure mechanism where you can just slide it to your wrist size, and that is wonderful. Takes a lot of hassle out of it. And just to let you know, just to show you, I have brought my old F168 with it, and you can see the difference in size. The A168 looks huge, I mean much bigger compared to it. This is much more square. The A168 is much more octagonal, but take a look at the height. And here you see really the difference. It is twice as thin, and you've got the same module here, at least the same functionalities that the A168. The only thing would be the electroluminescent light in here. Let's leave that for a while and go back to it to look at the functions. This is just the 24-hour, 12-hour indicator. That's all. As you can see in this main first screen, you've got the day, date, and the hour, of course, which you can flip from AM to PM. The button at the bottom left is the function button, and you can go from the main screen and you can flip to the alarm screen, just one alarm, and you can go to your stopwatch, which you can start like this, I suppose. Okay, and set. Okay, and that's all the functionalities that we have, and actually pretty much all you need unless you're looking for something really specific. The bracelet is stainless steel with those one link straps that you can see. As we have said, it is quite thin. It is fold over, no problem with that. The case itself is resin, but it has been coated in metal, so it does have a metallic effect, which is quite nice. You could really believe that this is all stainless steel, but it is not. It is just coated, and you do have to know that. The thing with this watch is that it's quite elegant actually, and because of the size, it is quite unisex, I would think. I think it is even sold as a woman's watch. Let's go ahead and check those dimensions actually. Yeah, you've got only 33.3. You've got a height of only 5.9. Take a look at that. That is why it looks so thin. This is an ultra thin Casio. And you've got a log-to-log of only 37 millimeters. So nice, beautiful and slender this one. Let me know if you want me to make a full review. Let's go to the Edifice now. Alright, and here is the Edifice. What could be in here? Let's find out. The classic Edifice box, nothing special here. And I think some of you can already see. It is the chronograph. Yes, and I took this reverse panda because I really think that it was nicer here. And already you can see the heft difference compared to the A700. It is much, much bigger. They left the chronograph running, I don't know why. And again, you've got a lot of hand tags in here and stuff. So I'm gonna take these all off and I'm gonna get back to you as soon as I've done that. Alright, first thing I was really surprised about this chronograph is that second hand. At first I thought that it was defective, but actually no. It is the first time I encountered this kind of chronograph. One where the central hand, so the chronograph hand for us classicists, is running, but is actually the second hand, and the chronograph hand, the hand counting the chronograph seconds, is at 6. I had never encountered these, and let me show you. I'm gonna zoom a bit so you can see. Take a look at the dial at 6. So when I push the chronograph, the dial starts working. I don't know if you can see, and that is how you count the elapsed chronograph time. A little bit less visible, I believe. So that is the chronograph seconds. Those, I believe, are the chronograph minutes, and that is a 24-hour counter. This is a chronograph with the 369 disposition, preferred by enthusiasts, actually. But in any case, this chronograph looks like a very classic chronograph, I would say. So besides from that very quirky feature of the chronograph, this chronograph is quite classic looking in that very 60s design. You've got that 369 disposition, that orange second hand and not chronograph hand, and that date tucked in at 4:30. Those numerals are really high, actually. They're very high up there, and they do have loom, as have the hands. We'll do a quick loom shot if we can. But this watch, I put it on my wrist already to size it. It is quite big and it wears big. Let's check those dimensions. I have not checked those dimensions up to now. You've got a diameter of 40 millimeters, 40.1 to be extremely precise. You've got a height of 11, which is, I wouldn't say tall, but it is not thin for a quartz chronograph. And you've got a lug to lug of 47. So it's not a big watch, but it certainly does wear big because of that very flat shape of the case. The bracelet goes from 20 to around 18, so it tapers but not too much. Yeah, so a very cool looking chronograph, and I do understand the appeal of it, actually, why people went quite crazy for it, because you can have it for less than $150, and it does look wonderful for that kind of money. It does feel, you can feel the heft of this watch, and you do have a chronograph function that actually works. As you can see, it is registering the elapsed time, which a chronograph does. You've got a sunburst dial. There are small concentric circles on those sub-dials. Maybe you can't see it. And I am eager to wear this watch for a while and to review it thoroughly. So let me know if you would like me to review this chronograph in detail. Let's go very quickly to the details on the case. You've got everything is stainless steel here. For this kind of money, you don't have anything that is plastic or anything like that in the construction of this watch. The dial, we've talked about it. You've got a rehod that is graduated and that is silver, matching the sub-dials. Very nice. Those hands are buttons in there. Quite nice looking and with a lot of loom, it seems. Casio is not known for its great loom. Maybe they can surprise us here. As for the finishing, that quite large bezel is polished, but the front of the watch is vertically brushed quite well, actually, for this price point. Quite surprising. And you've got a bevel. You've got a big polished bevel running all through the watch. Very nice looking. And you've got the sides that are polished as well. Both sides are polished. Very nice looking. And the back, you just have your classic Edifice back. Nothing special. It does say that this watch has a sapphire crystal. Let's see if that is true. Well, yeah, it appears to be true. sapphire in here. It is flat though. I am debating if this has any anti-reflective treatment. When under my strong studio lights it doesn't appear so, but when you put it under natural light, yeah, there might be a little bit of anti-reflective coating, which for the price is really good. Alright, today we've reviewed these two beautiful watches, very different but very complementary. So once again, do let me know if you want me to review one of them or maybe both of them if you're curious on my take on these very nice and interesting watches. If you've made it to the end, it's because you're interested in Casio watches. In that case, I'm going to leave you here with the best Casio watches that I have reviewed in the past. Thank you very much and see you around in those videos. Goodbye.